Today we're here to answer an age-old detailing question.
Is it safe to wash your car with a rinseless wash?
No, that's not the question. Hi, I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
And the question is, can you ceramic coat your car without polishing it first?
No way.
Well, the answer is actually yes. But should you? That's a different question.
I was playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
No, I mean, as a professional, we typically would polish the car,
Yes.
but really, there's other ways to get the paint clean enough to prep it to make that coating work.
Right, ceramic coating doesn't care if your car is scratched. It cares if your car is clean. You need a perfectly clean surface to apply the ceramic coating. Now, do we want to remove the scratches? Of course. Do we want to make the car look as good as it can be? Of course. That's where the polishing comes in. But if you just bought a brand new car, drove it away from the dealership, and you love the way it looks, the way it came to you, perfect. Nick will show you how to do that. But I'm going to show you how to polish. A quick and simple method of polishing that is safe for you, safe for the vehicle, and safe for the paint.
I've never seen anybody use this method. It is DIY friendly.
Definitely.
You're the guy to teach it.
Right. Now, the polish that we're going to be using is the DIY polish. But this video is a bit of a precursor to us actually having the polish. The polish exists. It's just we don't have labels and all that fun stuff yet. So bear with us on that part of it. But the pad is definitely the DIY pad, the polishing pad that we have.
It's the gold standard, Ivan.
It is. So,
Yeah.
And let me go find that polishing pad while you continue talking.
All right, so this is DIY, and we're making it work today. Often in my professional detail shop, we would rinseless cars all the time, especially in preparation for a coating. You do not need a foam cannon to prep for a polishing job or a ceramic coating. So in this sprayer, I've got rinseless wash, diluted at 1 capful to 1 gallon of water, easy peasy.
So 256 to 1. And as I was mentioning, this is the pad I'm talking about. It's the DIY waffle pad, as Nick said, the gold standard, and the DIY ceramic coating. Now, same deal. We have the box. We don't have the label for the bottle yet, so you won't see the label on the bottle, but you're getting the information before it's available.
So this has already been diluted. We've got this here in the DIY detail garage, but I want to show you how we dilute the rinseless. There's what, 3 gallons of water in here, so just 3 capfuls of your rinseless wash. Again, the polymers in here are going to encapsulate the dirt, lift it from the paint, give you a really safe wash even without a hose. So we've got 3 capfuls to 3 gallons of water. Gonna do a little dunkage action. Is that a scientific term, dunkage?
I think it's called stirring it up.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay. And no pressure at all.
The less pressure you use with a rinseless wash, the better it is.
Okay. Definitely not gonna use that side again until I dunk it in the bucket.
Right.
Okay.
And we need a contact wash to make sure that we're getting all that dirt off. You can rinseless, you can spray foam on, you can pressure washer it, all you want. You're still not going to get everything off.
Sometimes I do that move.
Yeah.
And then I put it in the wash bucket because I'm a little OCD
And
like that.
to be that really annoying person, you missed a spot. Under the handle.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna give it a little spray.
Yeah.
And then I'll give it a little wash. Why not? Just for you, Ivan.
There you go.
I get a little nervous on camera.
I know. It happens. Now, what we're doing next is Nick's got our clay towel in his hand, and we're going to be spraying iron remover into the clay towel.
R.I.P. to that washman.
Yeah.
What happens when you drop a washman on the ground?
If you drop it on the ground itself and you're outside and it can pick up dirt, you just bought yourself a new washman.
Yeah, you don't want to get it all
No,
contaminated.
especially a microfiber washman. In our case, well, this is a brand new floor that was installed yesterday, so I think could be safe.
Let's put it in the TBD category.
Yeah.
I'll put it here for now. All right.
But luckily, we're done washing. Now, the next step is iron remover. And if you've used our iron remover, or anybody's iron remover for that matter, you'll realize that it's not exactly a smell you're comfortable with.
Why do I need an iron remover? Why do I need to decontaminate the paint prior to polishing or ceramic coating?
So like we mentioned in the intro, the cleaner the paint is, the better it is. This is removing contamination, which is brake dust, which is exhaust fumes from other cars, all sorts of fun stuff that accumulates on the surface. We want to get it off the surface. And washing alone does not remove it.
This seems a little intimidating for the DIYer. I mean, just tell me how this is all going to work.
So we're actually using the iron remover as a lubricant for the clay. The rinseless wash is a great lubricant by itself, but that's adding extra lubrication, and at the same time, it's going to be breaking down those iron particles that are stuck on the paint from the brakes.
Okay, so my paint is pretty wet still.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it okay with...
That's perfect.
Okay.
That's how we want it. And you can actually hear the contamination on the surface. And Nick can feel it through the towel.
Yep, the lower you go on the paint, obviously the closer you are to the road, the more you're gonna feel that contamination. And when it gets smooth on you, when you stop hearing that, that's when you know the paint has been decontaminated.
Now another aspect of this is, with a clay towel, no pressure.
No pressure at all.
The less pressure you use, the better it works. It's like a teenager. You know, if you have a teenager at home and you yell at the teenager to clean up their room, it's not gonna happen. If you ask them politely, there is a chance that they are gonna clean the room.
You've had a couple teenagers, Ivan?
Yes.
New panel, do I
New-
switch this side?
Yeah, new panel, new side.
Okay. And this has been soaking in a bucket and then had rinseless on it, but we're not gonna put this back in the rinseless bucket. We don't wanna contaminate.
No.
That is just our rinseless wash bucket.
Yeah, we'll rinse it out.
Okay. Oh, right here I can feel it. Yep. No pressure, just... If people have never heard about a clay towel, can you tell us how that works, Ivan?
A clay towel is a synthetic clay that actually grabs and pulls the contamination off the paint.
I love it. Okay, how have I done, sir?
Excellent. Now, one thing with the iron remover, even though we used a rinseless wash, we need to rinse it off.
We do. Okay.
And I'm just using a standard garden hose here. We could use a pressure washer if we wanted to.
And I will tell you, in a pinch, you could always use this
Yeah.
with a lot of towels and, you know,
Yeah.
you'll be all right.
Now on Nick's portion, where he is going to be doing a no polishing method, at this point, he can actually use the paint prep as a drying aid.
So Ivan's gonna be polishing, but I'm gonna get ready to ceramic coat and just use our panel prep as a drying aid. So panel prep, it's gonna be labeled for you, panel prep, surface cleaner. Before you apply any last step product, any ceramic coating, if you use panel prep, it's gonna give your last step product, your protective product, a lot better chance at longevity. You're gonna get that clear coat, nice and clean, and what's gonna happen is the coating is going to embed itself into the clear coat for more longevity. So if you're really wanting to do this right, you're gonna use our panel prep first. So I'm cleaning the glass with our surface prep too. Quick little DIY hack, surface prep is an excellent glass cleaner.
Yes, it is. Now, Nick, for all intents and purposes, is ready to coat this panel. I'm not, because I'm going to be giving it a light polish. So while I'm polishing this, Nick is actually going to be cleaning that front fender, claying it, doing all that, because we have another way of ceramic coating the vehicle.
Even easier.
So while Nick is getting that done, I'm using our soon-to-be released polish and our polishing pad. So the polishing pad is a waffle pad, which gives you a nice, easy to maneuver texture. And we're actually using just a regular dual action sander. Very simple. Everybody's got one of these at home. You can use it simply for polishing. Now, our polish is a spray polish. And the reason for a spray polish is you've seen people polishing before. They put 3 drops on the pad. How big are those drops? No one ever knows. Whereas this, we're actually putting on thousands of little microscopic dots all over the pad. So the whole pad is actually doing the work for us, not just 3 small areas. So we'll rev it up a little bit. And as it's spinning down, I'll add polish to it. So now I have polish over the whole pad, and we're ready to go. I'm going to be polishing a small section at a time. Always start the polisher on the surface. No pressure is being applied to the polisher. Now Now this section is done. We'll do the bottom of the door and this part of the door, and then we'll wipe it off. By the way, only one spray of polish per section. You don't need any more. Another thing with polish, you do not want to overwork it. If you overwork it, it's going to get dry, it's going to create dust on you. That's something we don't have here. There was no dusting involved, and you can see it still has a bit of lubricity to it. Now we're going to wipe off the polish residue. To do so, we're actually going to use a 2-towel method. We're going to put one towel in the rinseless wash and wring it out. We don't want it soaking wet. And the reason we're removing the polish using a rinseless dampened towel is for lubrication purposes. We want to make sure that we're not scratching the panel that we just polished. So using the damp towel first, going to get the excess polish off. And then dry it with the other towel. So like Nick, I'm now going to be using the panel prep to make sure that the surface is perfectly clean. Nick, what did you do to that front fender?
So the front fender, I rinseless washed, I used the iron remover, and then I clayed it with the clay towel, and then I did a quick rinse off, and I did a panel prep. So these two panels are prepped the exact same way. They've been washed, they have been clayed, and they have been panel prepped. What we're going to do to be the easiest possible method for all ceramic coating protection is we're going to apply
don't say it yet. We're keeping that surprise till the end.
Product.
Yeah.
Meantime, Ivan LaCroix is getting himself ready to apply our ceramic coating. Now, when you're applying a coating, you definitely want to get on some black nitrile gloves.
Yeah, well, they don't have to be black, but some good
Neon green. Neon green's a good color.
Neon green, orange, purple, you know, whatever color you have, as long as you're protected.
What was that all about? You had the DA sander polishing? I've never seen this before.
It's a simple method that's accessible to anyone.
It's not a $450 polisher to get in the game.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people already have a DA sander at home. If you replace the sandpaper with a polishing pad, voila, we have a polisher. So as we mentioned, we have a DIY ceramic coating for exteriors. It's a great SiO2 coating, easy to apply, fun to use, and gives you great protection for a long time.
Should we try it on your panel or mine first?
Doesn't really matter.
Let's try it on the polished panel.
Okay.
All right, and let's see if it behaves any differently.
So as I mentioned, we have supply issues just like every other company, it seems. So the supply issue we have with our coating is the labels. We have the coating, we have the boxes, we don't have the labels yet.
So here are the towels and the applicators you're going to want for this. You're going to want one applicator,
right
and then 2 of these Pro Weave towels.
Yeah, and the Pro Weave towels, the reason we use Pro Weave is they're not as absorbent as the other ones. And we don't want them absorbing the coating, we want them leveling the coating. And to apply the coating, it's very simple. First of all, open the bottle, and we're going to put a little bit of coating on the surface. Now, it's concentrated in a couple areas here, but once we start spreading it, it will spread over the applicator. And we want to box in the panel first.
This coating is meant to be used one door, essentially one panel at a time.
Yeah. And the higher the humidity and the higher the temperature, the smaller the area you want to cover, because it cures through hydroscopic action. So it absorbs the moisture in the air to cure. And now,
Don't forget the door handle, Mr. Ivan.
I already did the door.
Oh, did you?
But I'll do it again just to satisfy
Get
you.
the inside in there for me. To satisfy my OCD.
There you go.
All right.
Now, once we've got this done, you wait 10 to 30 seconds roughly, and then you level it with the towel. So we're actually not removing any coating at this point. We're leveling.
And you can see sort of the wavy.
It looks like an oil slick on water,
Yep.
and on a silver vehicle, trust me, you won't see it on camera.
Now, we did this up here.
Yeah.
We haven't done this down here,
No.
and I can feel the coating.
Oh, you can definitely feel
Yep.
the difference.
And if you feel like you're not getting the high spots removed, which all of them are going right now, you can always flip the side of your towel
Yeah.
and watch out for high spots. So what I'll sometimes do is I'll have a light over there, so you want it opposite of you, bouncing off the panel. And you can kind of do one of these. Okay, I've buffed it all down. Ooh, right there's a little high spot. Boom, easy.
Yeah. Now, if you do find a high spot half an hour later, you re-wet it using the coating, and that high spot will come off easily.
So this hasn't been coated. It is so rough to the touch. And this is smoother.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay.
So let me do the bottom of the door, and I just added 2 more drops. And the reason I'm doing circular motions, so there's a lot of people that do coatings in linear motions, meaning back and forth like this, and then they'll crisscross and go the other direction. Unfortunately, every time you stop, it is a possible high spot. Whereas if you keep one continuous motion in a circular motion, you reduce the incidence of high spots.
It's almost like you know what you're talking about, Ivan.
A little bit. I've been in the industry longer than you've been alive.
Okay. Buffs off real easy.
So I added a few more drops, and Nick, your door.
Okay. So we haven't even polished this side. Ivan, why don't I get started on this and you talk about what is the difference in the paint after polishing and prepping, panel prep, versus just washing, claying, and panel prepping in terms of what that clear coat actually looks like.
So from the clear coat's perspective, what we've done here is not really a polishing in the classical sense of paint correction. We've done a paint enhancement. We've made the paint look better, a little shinier, and we've deep cleaned it. And that's the real importance of the polishing, is that deep cleaning. This is a relatively new truck. It doesn't have a lot of mileage. It's never been through a car wash. The owner actually hasn't washed it yet. So other than us washing it, so we have a nice pristine surface to begin with.
I'm gonna go for the whole door because we really can get a door out of this.
Oh yeah.
It's easy to use. It's unlike some of these crazy coatings that are like peanut butter that are impossible. They have high spots. And again, if people don't know what high spots are, Ivan, can you tell them one more time?
So a high spot is an excess of coating. That's all it is. So that excess of coating happens when, again, we're spreading it on, you stop the applicator pad at some point, that is your excess coating.
Yeah, why don't you go for the wipe off this time?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I like that. I get to tell you what to do. That's nice.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Ivan and I are friends. We like to give each other a hard time because
It's what we do.
Ivan's the king of efficiency and I'm the king of the rabbit hole. You know, I probably would have sanded and rotary buffed and microfiber dual action polished and then jeweled this paint and it would have looked the exact same as Ivan's side.
Pretty much. Yeah.
But that's just how I like to do it.
Exactly.
All right.
And
So
just gonna-
describe the buff off. What does it feel like when you're wiping it off?
super smooth. You know, you immediately get that satisfaction of, wow,
Yep.
we have gloss, we have shine, we have depth. And that's hard to say with a gray vehicle, but it's there.
I see a little high spot under the mirror. Can I grab one of those? Oh, you got it. You got it.
Yeah. And you can actually feel the high spots. So.
And again, I love, if you're looking for high spots, put a light opposite you, kind of like a bounce. So the light's over there. I can do one of these guys. I can look for high spots, and I see the reflection of that light.
Well, here, you can use the reflection off my head.
Exactly. All right, let's get a little coating on there.
Yeah, there you go. Now, you mentioned the drag, and we don't have coating on this panel yet, but we have coating over here. And there's a noticeable difference between the two when we feel it. And we can see it with the towel. Let me just fold the towel here. So as I come across here, you can see I can move the towel with ease. As soon as I hit here, the towel just stops on me. And it's actually rolling under.
Now, are you ready for the easiest way to ceramic coat your vehicle?
Yes.
Very enthusiastic. Ceramic gloss. This stuff is awesome. It is so easy to use. Just a couple sprays on my towel. Can be used as a drying aid on a wet vehicle, but again, we've panel prepped this, so we're gonna give it the best chance of longevity. You could even, if you had the other side of that ceramic coating applicator, if you wanted to get fancy with it,
Yeah.
you could put it on your coating applicator, but any nice paint towel will do. You can even get, see the way that darkens up?
Yep, exactly.
Darkens up the plastics.
Now, ceramic gloss is not going to have the durability of the true ceramic coating. But it is a ceramic, it does work, and it's going to give you protection for months to come.
Can we just say at the time of filming, it's $15 for a bottle of this? It's
Yes.
insane.
Right.
It's
inexpensive.
It's a great product. I do want to show you the fender flares too. See what that looks like. Haven't tried this yet, but give it a nice little pop. I don't know, can you see a difference? Maybe I'm just OCD like that.
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
But there is a slight difference. And then once you've applied it, you spread it with your towel. You'll take another towel just to level it.
Just a dry buff towel.
Yeah.
But it's not leaving high spots on the paint at all.
No.
And if it does,
So I
you
can
could just
see some white marks here.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it is a ceramic, so I
Exactly.
guess. But the high spots are going to be even easier to remove. Man, that is a 30-minute cure time, but it
Right.
gets so slick.
So there we have it. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas, please leave them below. You can also get a hold of Nick at...
Nick@DIYdetail.com.
What a concept.
Email.
Yeah, it happens. It works. So,
Or Ivan has a rotary phone at home, right? We can call him.
yeah, exactly.
On the,
on the bus, I've got a phone. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the next one.